Leave on high. So a case of bedbugs puts this friendship to a test. And I love how this escalates into a blame game where both parties are able to get everything out that they've been repressing. It just feels like they have a lot of feelings that were hidden, and this instance brings them out. And a lot of what is said is so damaging, so much so that we are kind of left to wonder what is next for this friendship at the end. And I love how the ending leaves you wondering and it doesn't really resolve anything. I love the reveal of who really caused the bedbugs. It's sort of this motion of stillness. You're going from this extensive fight scene to being interrupted by the neighbor, complete stillness. And this moment is a really great comedic moment and really great physical comedy throughout this whole piece.
Leave on High is so funny. The escalation of this argument um, really builds in such a chaotic and hilarious way to a loving twist that makes us reevaluate obviously everything that comes before. We've all been in this kind of arguments with our friends in one way or another. Whether they escalate this severely might vary, but we all sometimes lead with judgment instead of being a bit more thoughtful and considerate at what our loved ones' lives might look like from their perspective. I love that so many of these films in this festival are exploring friendships in the queer community because they are so distinct and specific unto themselves. And I think that this one is an excellent example of that.
Leave on high. Loved this piece. This was a masterclass in ramping up the tension and the energy level. It just kind of blew me away how we had that percolating, burning, bubbling into the absolute explosion. And that's what we go to film for. What is the moment where we finally lay it all out there and say what the things that we've always wanted to say? And I think it really worked because we cared about them at the beginning. We got that chemistry, we got that back and forth. The writing was, ooh, chef's kiss. So strong, so funny, witty, and it felt like an authentic banter between the two of them that you're rooting for them. So then when it all explodes, that history was so prevalent in the work, and that's kudos to the writing, but also those actors sold sold that relationship that lived in history and sold that escalation, because if they're pushing for it, we wouldn't buy it and they wouldn't earn the big moments of ripping things apart. And then we get that lovely letting out of the air of the balloon when we find out where the bedbugs are from. So love this piece. Felt very fresh, very relevant, and conversations that I hear people having quite a bit in my friend group now. So, and the idea of living in close quarters, what that does to these relationships, putting them in a pressure cooker. Amazing job.
Um, I liked Leave on High. I thought it was funny, great writing. This is like you want to make a film that shows off the writer's pen. All the other elements were also cool. The two performers, all three performers, but the two main performers, stellar delivery, directing, great, blocking, and the mise en scène, all that, great. The flagship of this, the writing, the dialogue, playwright-esque, is in a good way, in that not Steven Sondheim, but like Fences, Streetcar, like that back and forth, escalating, building tension, giving the audience information while also pushing the story forward and revealing character. It was just great, great, great writing. 10 out of 10. Well done.